Hey everyone, Sandwichface here with yet another installment of the SRB2 Trash Bin. Today I'm here to present and critique not one, but two Trash Bin subjects. That's right, today you're getting the 2-for-1 special from the man himself. My two add-ons of choice for this episode are Deep Cave Zone by thok and Great Jungle Zone by Octosquid. The first one of these consists of just one map, while the second is a whole 3-act zone with a boss fight. Deep Cave Zone in particular seems to be the creator's first level, so let's dive right in and check out what awaits us within it. Alright, here we are in Deep Cave Zone, and, well, I can say right away that this isn't the most exciting level in the world. The level itself is mostly a brown hallway consisting of the same two textures. It's also very much built like a maze, twisting around and consists of a number of dead ends. Deep Cave Zone does have enemies, but they're always placed on the sides of the larger rooms, and never in tighter areas where they could possibly be a threat. Placing enemies like this means there's no reason to ever engage with them, and the player can just treat them like they aren't there at all. Additionally, there's at least 2 areas I encountered where I needed to jump over a wall to progress, but I couldn't jump high enough to get over it. I was confused by this, so I restarted the level to check whether I missed a whirlwind or a lightning shield somewhere. And sure enough, right here in this weird hidden corner, there's a whirlwind shield placed right up on this pedestal with an extra life. Now, this did make it so I could actually finish the level. Why is this placed off the beaten path like this? If it's required to finish the level, it shouldn't be treated like a secret. That'd be like if Azure Temple Zone required you to get a bubble shield to finish it, but the shield was hidden away in one of the emblem rooms. All in all, it's very obvious that this was somebody's first attempt at making an SRB2 level, and I would say before doing anything else to check out the SRB2 wiki and do some reading. It's got plenty of tutorials to point you in the right direction and help you make better levels. Alright, that's it for Deep Cave Zone. Now let's move on to Great Jungle Zone and see what we can find. First up for Great Jungle is Act 1, and it's something to say the least. The level can't decide whether it wants to be really big and empty or incredibly cramped. It's also thematically inconsistent, too. Why is Egg Rock Zone sitting here in the middle of a jungle? Why are there balloons ripped straight from Carnival Night Zone? Despite carrying a jungle theme, the level design itself doesn't really pay any attention to it. It simply places things because it would be really cool, instead of having any proper thought or planning put into it. Also, this level is really confusing to play. It's the age-old SRB2 conundrum of which way leads to progress and which way is just the end of another path split. Often I'll find myself just happily running through the level, only to find a row of speed boosters that send me flying in the opposite direction with no way over them. Of course, I'll then find out that because I entered one room from another path, I needed to basically do a 180 after jumping up this big structure instead of just continuing forward like anyone would logically do in a situation like this. That's enough about Act 1 for now, let's move on to Act 2. Act 2 opens with a subtitle that warns you not to fall, and I have to say it's pretty accurate. The level has a number of bottomless pits and is overall very vertical in its design. It's better designed than Act 1 as the level is more consistent with the jungle theming and the level itself is scaled appropriately. There's this part here where this red diagonal spring doesn't take you far enough to reach this bridge, and the only way up is by doing a very awkward jump off these slopes. Due to how janky slopes in SRB2 can be sometimes, it's easy to lose lives here as not hitting these slopes just right will probably end with you getting flung into this bottomless pit. Additionally, does this level really need to have every SRB2 enemy in the book? There's crawlers, green snappers, robohoods, and hive elementals, just to name a few. Just because SRB2 has a large variety of enemies to choose from, doesn't mean you need to use all of them at once. Pick around 3 or 4 enemies that work with the level design and theme and roll with it. Let's move on to Act 3 and see what boss awaits us at the end of this pack. Act 3 is simply a fight against the Egg Zapper. Nothing special. Although once again, the level theme has changed to look something like Techno Hill, for some reason. The level doesn't start you with any rings, unlike vanilla SRB2's boss fights. However, there are some rings scattered around the edges of the arena. They're very awkwardly placed though, and it's easy to lodge yourself into these tight spaces while trying to get them. Also, no egg capsule. What a shocker. That's the end of this pack, I guess. Well, I guess what this pack needs the most is thematic consistency. For a level called Great Jungle Zone, it certainly likes to take little chunks of Egg Rock and Techno Hill for itself. Things like enemy placement and usage could definitely use some work too, and something I noticed about both of our subjects today are the visuals. Both add-ons need a lot of work in the visual department, as Deep Cave Zone really only uses like 2 textures, and Great Jungle, when it's not trying to be 3 other levels at once, doesn't look all that great as well. Texture variety is good, but it needs to fit with the level theme you're going for. Use more textures to make the jungle look more like a jungle, instead of using more textures to cram 3 other level themes in there is what I'm saying. That'll be all for this installment of the SRB2 Trash Bin, folks. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry this one was pretty short, but I did like 2 big projects back to back recently and I'm kinda burnt out. Oh well. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and join the Trashbin Central Discord linked in the description down below. See you later. And holy shit, I'm so close to 1,000 subs. I can't stress the subscribe part enough. Please subscribe now. Please subscribe!